So I just want to say welcome to everyone to our actual second virtual open house. We did manage to pull off an open house in April, shortly after our students went home in the spring. We are glad you're here. We wish you were here in person on campus. We've had some lovely weather in Castine, Maine lately, but we are happy that you are here virtually. Oops, I'm gonna get started, sorry, by actually having a note from our president. Unfortunately, he's unable to join us today, but he always starts off our open house with a welcome.
Hello and welcome to Maine Maritime Academy, and thank you for joining us for this virtual open house. Throughout the course of the day, you'll meet faculty and staff, and especially students, who will help you understand who we are and what we do to make this such a wonderful college experience. You'll also come to understand why I consider us to be such a unique college. We're unique for a variety of reasons, including that we're career-oriented. We help you be successful here so you can be successful in your careers. And that's why Money Magazine, U.S. News and World Report, Brookings Institute, and others have ranked us so high in the value of the college education that we provide. I know that the college choice decision can be a difficult one, so please ask questions today. We're here to help and support you. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you find this informative, and thank you for joining us. Hello and welcome to Maine Maritime Academy, and thank you for.
So to get started now with our presentation, my name is Kelly Gualtieri. I'm the Director of Admissions and Enrollment Management here at Maine Maritime Academy. We have a very busy day for you, and we hope to give you all the information about our academic programs, about Maine Maritime Academy, how our summer programs feed into and help develop your educational experience, turns into great job opportunities after graduation. We're going to talk to you about the student life experience, including athletics and the regiment. And finally, we will talk to you about how to apply and some of the differences in terms of this year's application period and process versus normal years, non-pandemic years. So for the next about 25 minutes, I'm going to try to go through just a brief overview. All of the other things will be talked about in detail during their respective sessions. So our mission is really important to us. Everything that we do here revolves around our mission. We're focused on marine and related programs, and that is why we're here. So if you look at the different educational opportunities we have, you can always see why they are part of our mission. But more importantly, what we feel is our main role here is to provide our students with the skills, ethics, and knowledge needed to succeed in a global economy. We all work together on one team, one family, and I think one of the trends you will see throughout our presentation is that close-knit family communication and community that we have here. Right now, I'm going to show you a little video. It'll show you firsthand some of the things that our students talk about. It'll show you our campus. Probably the worst part about having a virtual experience is that you cannot see for yourself the beautiful area that we're in and how our working waterfront actually helps our students get to where they are.
If you really want to get an opportunity to know your professors, experience what their industry is like, and also create lifelong friendships, MMA is a great choice.
It's just nice to have a class of sometimes like 5 or 6 kids where you can go into your professor's office at all times and they know your name and you're not just a face.
Every major has hands-on opportunities through their labs to reinforce what they're learning in lecture.
just places that you come and meet friends for life.
To me, the school's built off its reputation and its alumni. They're a great resource to use and to have, and having that open is just awesome.
The fact that more than 90% are employed within a few months, I think, speaks volumes to the quality and the demand of what we're doing here.
At Maine Maritime Academy, the academic environment is one of rigor, one of accomplishment, and one of steadfast knowledge.
It's a place where you find out where you want to be and who you are. I've grown a lot since I came here as a freshman. I'm still growing.
So just a little bit about Maine Maritime Academy and who we are. We were actually founded in 1941. We are one of 7 maritime colleges. So there are 6 state maritimes and 1 federal academy. We're all very similar in types of missions that we have supporting the maritime industry. But as you can see, not just by location, we all have different student bodies, different athletic opportunities, and way of life. We are a public coeducational college. Our student body is a little under 1,000. We are on campus this year, so we are very fortunate we're entering our 5th week of classes. Our students are doing an amazing job of maintaining social distance, wearing masks, and it's really great to see them all on campus. We miss them dearly over the summer and the spring. We have a small faculty to student ratio. It's 11 students to 1 faculty. And it's really important. We're trying to prepare you for what you're gonna do after graduation. And a lot of times that's going to be small, team-oriented groups, whether it's on a vessel, in a business setting, or out on the water studying research and things of that nature. We have 3 degrees and 23 degree programs. We offer 7 professional licenses, and those are really just the big ones because we do have some certification programs and things of that nature. The best part, our working waterfront comprises over 60 training, research, and pleasure vessels. With the nice weather, last Thursday I was able to get out on the water. It was so good, again, to see students working on our tug and barge, our tug and barge class, going out on our navigation vessel, the Susan Clark. And all of these things are what supports our 90% of graduates being employed within 90 days of graduation. So that's not just those that return the survey, that's all of our students. And we're pretty proud of that fact. So just to give you a quick overview, because you will have academic sessions coming up, and also our provost, Mark Cote, will be talking about academics. We have four groupings of academics: marine transportation, engineering, ocean studies, and international business. And these are just some of the licensing opportunities that you have upon graduation. So ultimately the 3rd mate and the 3rd engineers in terms of the Coast Guard license. And then we have some other licenses as well, the near coastal licenses, as well as the power stationary licenses. The Regiment of Midshipmen, you will see their session is actually at 4:30 this afternoon, and they'll go into detail about why the regiment exists, the importance of it, especially for the Coast Guard license, the opportunities to be in the regiment voluntarily, and also just to ask any questions you may have. So we have a good group of students, as well as our commandant, who will be here for that session to kind of just talk you through anything that you may want to ask. Our summer programs are phenomenal. So in each of the academic sessions, they will actually talk to you about the different opportunities. So whether it's cruise on the state of Maine, cadet shipping, working on different, different vessels throughout the world and in the industry, our co-ops and our internships in business and logistics, as well as in ocean studies. And all of this, again, is going to funnel you into that career path. And so no two students have the same path here, and they do not have the same path after graduation. So we talk a lot about charting your path. You have so many different opportunities and directions that you can go. What Maine Maritime gives you in terms of a degree is a network, a family that's going to help you as each stage of your career or your life changes. It is a foundation with you to build upon, to take where you needed to go. I'm going to just quickly talk about athletics and student life. Again, we have sessions for these. So the athletic session today will be at 4 p.m. They will talk about intercollegiate athletics. We have a little video for you. You will see student athletes talking about their experiences, as well as the end of the year video for athletics. And during our residential life session at 6 p.m., Janet Folk will go over some of the different clubs and organizations that we have here, and how students, keep those going, as well as starting new clubs, but how we're here just to support our students and providing them that outlet outside of the classroom to make them that well-rounded student and graduate. So some of the details, how to chart your path. So we do have some unique application requirements. Most students will definitely have the 4 years of English. However, the 4 years of math usually does come up a lot in terms of questioning, do I meet the requirements? What do I need to do to fulfill them? So Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, usually the senior year, most of our students have either pre-calculus or calculus. If you have found that you didn't take those yet, sometimes they have a senior math class that they've put you in, or things of that nature, or you might be in trigs, functions, and stats. So some schools, some states call things differently. Just shoot us an email. We'll make sure that you have the right requirements to be prepared to enter MMA. When you come here as a student, your first class is either going to be pre-calculus or calculus. So all of our majors are STEM majors. So we want to make sure that you come in with the foundation, especially on the math end, to be successful here right from the first day. If you do not have those requirements, you can also reach out to us now. It's not too late to get you on a path to graduate high school with those requirements. So whether we get you an independent study, whether we change your class for the second semester so that you're in a pre-calc or a trigonometry class, again, we're here to help you reach this path. In science, most of our students do meet the requirement, the 2 of 3, so they do have biology and chemistry. For our engineers, we really want you to have physics. Again, just like the pre-calc or the calculus, when you come into MMA as a freshman, you're going to be in a Physics 1 class, okay? So if you can show us that you have the foundational skills in high school, we know that it'll be an easier transition when you get here. We also talk about foreign language. In our business program, we do require a foreign language. However, it is an elective for all of our other programs. Since this is a global economy and that's what we're focusing on, if you have some foreign language experience, it always comes in handy later on during your opportunities abroad and careers. So how to chart that path. We are a common application school. So when you submit your common application to us, the Common App is always changing. You do not have to list any specific guidance counselor or person who's going to give you a letter of recommendation. You can just choose to have those directly sent to us through Common App. Or if you do want to and have their information, you can enter that into the Common App and they will actually receive a link in order to send that information to us. Most times we work directly with your guidance counselor and you. to make sure that your application is going to be complete. So as soon as you submit that application, you'll get an email from us with login information to your application portal. There you will be able to track your checklist to see what it is we need and what you still need to provide. So as the application process progresses, you'll see what we need at each stage of the process. We need your high school transcript. Right now, that is gonna show us up until your junior year. Sometimes it will not include what classes you're currently taking. So make sure that when you do fill out the common application, you do put in your senior year courses. You could always shoot us an email and just let us know what you're currently taking. And guidance counselors will regularly update with school reports what you're in, as well as any grades as you get them. We also need one recommendation letter, so one evaluation letter. Many times this will come from your guidance counselor, but check with them. If they're sending in information about academics, they may not be sending a letter as well. Okay, so sometimes students think that they sent a letter and they didn't. And so just make sure that you're in constant communication with your guidance counselor throughout this process. Most of our students actually will send anywhere from 2 to 3 letters of recommendation on their behalf. This is your opportunity to talk about who you are, what leadership skills you have, and we get letters from everyone, academics, we get letters from those that are in Boy Scouts, we get letters from coaches. If you work, we get letters from employers. It gives us a good idea and gives our board, our admissions board, a lot of information about who you are as a person. And this is a holistic review, okay? Yes, grades are important, taking the right classes are important, but this is a family. So we look at everything that you are as a high school student to see how you would fit into our family here. We do suggest that you complete, again, the common application and the extracurricular activities that you do. So do you participate in student government? Did you start a club? Do you hold any leadership positions? If you don't want to fill out the common application, you can always send us a resume and we can upload that to your application file within your portal. Again, you're going to be able to see the checklist. You're going to be able to see what we have and what we need. For this year, given all of the cancellations of SAT and ACTs, we are test optional. Right now, it is only for this year. So for the underclassmen that are on this virtual open house, we will reevaluate the decision to be test optional at a later date. I do encourage everyone to try and take the SAT or ACT. It will give you the opportunity in other venues to receive maybe scholarship money and things of that nature. But for admissions purposes, we are test optional. We have also updated our merit awards to be test optional. We will use test scores if you provide them, but we will also be using GPA and class rank for the merit scholarships this year. During the cost of attendance session later on today, we will discuss the merit money process as well as test optional and some of those things. So if you want, tune into that. We do have early action deadlines. So early action is that non-binding college application process. And we do have regular decision, which is March 1st. However, we want to let you know as soon as possible that you're part of the MMA family. So get your applications in as early as you can. We will start making admissions decisions very soon here. And so usually we try to get those out starting October 15th. I know we have a few of you that are actually on this right now who are sitting there patiently waiting with all of your materials in. We want to get you a decision as soon as possible so we can start on the path to getting you here next August. So just to look at some of our statistics for our entering class that just came here 5 weeks ago, some 7 weeks ago to start Art PT. Our average SAT scores are listed there as well as ACT. As I said, though, you're more than just the number. So this just gives you a ballpark. Try to take them if you can. You can use your PSATs as a test to see where you would fit. But again, we look at everything that you submit to us in terms of making an admissions decision. This year, during our COVID year, our statistics were pretty much the same. We were 69% from Maine, so we are a state school in Maine, and so those students did come here, and about 31% from out of state. Our class was 252 that arrived in August. We did have some students who decided to defer, take a gap year until they come in until the next fall. And that class actually made up students from 23 states and 3 different countries. So we do have a lot of students that can travel back and forth to their home of residency. But we also have a sponsor family program too. In a normal year, those students who live out of state, we try to provide you an outlet close to home here that will actually be your family away from your family. The really important statistic, and this is a little bit higher than normal, but not too far off, 89% said we were their first choice to be here. If this is your first choice school, if you want to be here, we will provide you all the resources, all the support to actually, really make sure that you're on a path for success. We want this to be a 4-year program, okay? We're not looking for you to be here for 5 or 6 years. We don't want you to fail classes to repeat them. We have our academic support system session talking tonight about ways that we help you with the writing lab, with tutoring sessions. We're all here to see you succeed. So just looking at some of the newest statistics, we're pretty proud of these. US News and World Report just sent out some of their statistics, as well as Hidden Gem and some of the other ranking associations in terms of college rankings. So we're listed as the number 2 most transformative college from Money Magazine. We really take a lot of pride in developing our students into student athletes. And putting them on their path to be successful later on. We were number 1 for Best College for Veterans. We have an amazing Student Veterans Association. I work pretty closely with them as one of their advisors. They're looking to help with a mentorship program to start mentoring some of our underclassmen students, whether they're veterans or not. Number 5 in regional colleges in the North. Number 4 in top public schools, 11 for best value. These numbers are great. I wish you could get the actual feel for campus today, and see how these numbers really do. It's part of who we are. We want to be a welcoming place to all students, and we'd love to have you here. So what's the next step in charting your path to get here? Is asking questions. And one of the reasons you're on here today is to learn more information, learn about if this is the right fit for you, get more information about our academic programs to figure out which is the right path to get you to not only what educational goals you have, but what career and life goals that you have, and help you in that transition. So right now, I can take any questions if there are any questions in the audience. And it looks like we had one that we answered, so I can quickly just touch upon that. Do you have to be in the ROTC or the Corps to attend here? And no, you don't. So one of the things we'll talk about in the regimental session, and I did mention there's the voluntary regiment aspect too. About 65% of our student body is in the regiment, and that is closely tied to the fact that they're in one of the Coast Guard license majors. So marine engineering technology, marine engineering operations, the systems 5-year, or marine transportation. But we do live all in a very structured kind of environment, whether you're in the regiment or not. So with that, I do see that our provost is on. So I am going to turn it over. Oh, I'm sorry. One more question mark. Will there be any full day or overnight visits available this year? So we actually are open for tours. The governor has just opened up Massachusetts as one of the states that does not need to get a test. For those students coming outside of, I think it's now 6 states, you can come to campus with a negative COVID test prior to coming 72 hours. On our website, we actually give you the link to the Healthy Maine website so that you can see right before you come what the regulation is. We do ask that everyone wears a mask and practices social distancing on campus. We're here to stay open for our students. And so while we are allowing visitors to come, we are not going into any buildings right now, but you can get a good feel of the campus. Okay, and I think we'll take care of the other questions in these sessions.